Hello and thanks for joining me on this episode of Simply Saturday, where I get to show you a card that is fast and easy to make. My name is Julie and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. Today, as you can see, we're going to be using this adorable paper from the Be My Valentine suite, but I'm doing this tutorial for you after Valentine's Day because I want to remind you that this adorable suite is suitable for so many occasions beyond Valentine's Day. So the paper is cute, the bees are adorable, the flowers, and so forth. So I am making this card today that is completely not a Valentine's Day card, but is made with this cute paper. So for our card today, I'm starting with a card base that is made out of black cardstock. So it is 8.5 by 5.5 inches, and I have scored it and folded it at 4.25 inches. I have an extra piece of white cardstock that is going to be for the inside panel. It measures 4 inches by 5.25. Then I have another piece here that started at 4 inches by 5.25, and I ran it through an embossing folder that I have had in my collection for a little while. You can see it's the little honeycomb design. So this is not currently available, but perhaps you have this already in your collection, or you could choose a different embossing folder, it's serving as a background. So it's not super important what the design is, but I do like the idea of an embossed layer that's going to go on the front. All right, our focal piece of paper measures 3 inches by 4.25. And then I've got a piece of black that is going to be the mat behind it, and it measures 3.25 inches by 4.5 inches. So I have another scrap that we're going to use for our stamping and punching, and this is going to go together quite quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach my designer series paper using the liquid glue to that black piece that's going to serve as a mat. The black cardstock is kind of blending into my surface, so I just stuck a piece of white under there. Hopefully it will help you be able to see what's going on a little bit better as well. Okay, there we go. So we've got our paper attached to the cardstock. Then this piece that I've run through with the embossing folder is going to get attached here. Now, because of the texture, it can be a little bit tricky to attach an embossed piece to the cardstock, and so sometimes I encourage you to use tear-in tape because it is super strong. But there's quite a bit of flat space still here, so I'm going to go ahead and still use my liquid glue, but I'm going to kind of put a chunky amount in each of the corners, hoping that that is going to get a nice seal, and I'm confident that it will. All right, so let's attach that to our cardstock base. Keeping in mind, you could use a different embossing folder. Of course, you could use different papers, different colors. But if you're following along and making this card with me, I want to make sure that you know what is happening. Okay, now the top of this is extra textured because of that embossing folder imprint. And so to put this piece on here, I am going to use tear-in tape. So I'm going to grab that and put some pieces in the corners, as well as a piece in the middle. So for this, I'm just going to kind of lay it down in the corner, snip. I don't need it to be cut real straight and crisp. Sometimes I do that by using my metal ruler, but this is working just fine. And then a piece in the middle. All right, we're going to want to press that tear-in tape down well so that when we pull the backing paper off, it doesn't want to pull the tape up off of the cardstock. So just press that down. All right, let's go ahead and remove that. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you 2 other cards made with different colors, different papers, and also a couple of variations. So do stick with me just a couple of extra minutes here at the end after I'm done putting this card together. All right, so we can take this piece now and center it here on the front. Get that into place. All right, we're just going to put a simple focal image right here with our words. So I've got my scrap of cardstock. And I have the heartfelt hexagon punch. Now you could go either way, whatever you're more comfortable with. I could do my stamping on here first and then punch it out, which a lot of times I recommend. In this instance, I'm going to go ahead and punch my shape out first. And the reason I chose to do it that way this time is I'm just kind of using the shape. I'm going to center my words right in the middle, and I think it'll be easy to do that. This way I didn't waste any paper if I had stamped in the wrong spot. So for our fast and easy card, I'm just going to use Memento Black. I have so many different thoughts and ideas of what could be done with this basic design that would involve a lot more decorating, but we are sticking to fast and easy. So get our thank you stamp there on the hexagon. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and use dimensionals. Everything else that I've attached on the card is flat, so I'm not worried about this creating too much height. So I'm going to flip this to the back and go ahead and add my dimensionals, and then we'll just put some embellishments on here to finish it off. So today's card, the card that I'm making here for you right now, is obviously a thank you card. And the other two that I'll show you, one of them has a different sentiment. So another is a thank you and the other has a different sentiment. I'll also show you the stamp set where I got the words from this time. It's not one that I have reached for very often, and now that I pulled it out today to use, I really like it, and I can tell that I'll be using it a lot. All right, there's that piece. And then I still have not been able to get enough of these cute adhesive backed hearts and flowers. So let's just pull from here a heart. I'm going to do a heart here, and I'm going to do a flower here. Now, almost all the time, I use an odd number of embellishments, 3 or 5. And it looks to me like in this instance that 2 is going to be just fine. So, boy, any of these would look good. I think I'll pull in a little more blue by adding a blue flower. So just the 2 little accents there are super cute, and that totally works. Okay, then we can put our piece of white on the inside. That way you have a nice light panel there where you can do some stamping if you wish, and also a place to write your message. So I'll line this up in the center, and there we have our fast and easy card for today. All right, there you have the front, some nice texture, some cute embellishments, and the inside. Now let me show you the other 2 that I made with this design in mind. This is another thank you, and this is with different paper and a different embossing folder. I believe this is called Country Bouquet, and there's a whole suite around these papers and these products, and so that one looks pretty too. I used a different embellishment on this one, and yeah, a white panel on the inside. And then still for another look, I have this one, and this is on Berry Burst cardstock. It looks beautiful with that Coordinating Designer Series paper, and I chose a different stamp. So as I said, I wanted to show you the stamp set where those words come from. Let me see if I have it here. Charming Sentiments. And so there's a lot of great stamps in here that say some different things that sometimes you're looking for those special occasions. All right, and so there we have our cards. This is the card of today. and thanks for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by to see this card tutorial. As always, I will go ahead and put some information below this video in the description box. Simply open that box and you will find a current host code, as well as links and also descriptions and dimensions so that you can recreate this card on your own. Until next time, happy stamping.